London calling again on a baking hot day. Rovers know it's time to stand up and be counted. Brian, what kind of week has the last one been?
Oh, pretty good. Pretty good. We one or two things we're still ironing out, but got back on the horse, I suppose, last week. So looking forward to today. It's been a decent week. Yeah, playing on Sunday gives you an extra day's prep. So
Big news during the week, of course, was the results from Mark Corella. You said to me afterwards you were hopeful it would be a 6-weeker, not an 8-monther, and he got the worst possible news. How big a setback for everyone was that, in Mark especially?
Well, you want to do it service when you describe it by saying it's a big blow, but then at the same time you don't want to say that's as long as a year. It clearly isn't. So we'll find a route through. He's been a big part of what we do. He's been a big part of our attack for sure. He's a great guy around the camp. An intelligent fella, and speaks up tremendously well. Whether we're on the field or in the meeting. So. He'll be a loss, but at the same time we've got some people there that can do a job as well, and we'll if we adapt and change what we do, I don't know, but we'll find a route through without him.
You've gone beyond Jack Broadbent at full-back. What was your thinking when you were having a look at your options?
Well, he's got fresh legs, he's a runner, he's a goer, and he's played there before. Hawley's a tremendous full-back, but I don't want to lose Hawley out on that left side as well. Hawley provides some real strike for us down that left-hand side, so I think it fits.
What about the heat today? Couldn't really be much hotter, could it?
I don't know, it's okay. It's okay. If we can get water onto the players frequently, there'll be no drama. The heat's afterwards, you die afterwards, you don't die during it. So I know we're talking about doing a 20-minute break, water break. I'm not interested in a 20-minute break. I'm more interested in some sensible officiating when you're allowing water carriers onto the field, and what information we can give to a tight group of players who are playing in some hot conditions. But I don't think it's going to be a big deal.
A quick word on today's opponents. Former employer of yours, London, does that still conjure up any emotions for you? Do you still have an investment there?
Absolutely, yeah, of course. It does. Wherever you go, you tip your guts into it, and putting the tip of your guts into this place. And while I was at London, I did the same there. And I think Featherstone won enhanced Super League and provided a brilliant story if Featherstone was in. I think London, for the growth of the game, would let me just be careful what I say here. A good Super League which has got eyeballs on it, many eyeballs on it, has got a good London team in it. I know it's just not as easy to say, well, let's just put them in. I know there's a lot more to it than that. But while I was at the club, there were some unbelievably hard-working people that didn't get paid much money, but they believed in that project. They believed in the vision of that footprint of rugby league in London, which is growing and has grown. It's receded over the last 15 years, but it was vibrant. The game was vibrant when I was down at amateur level. And the conduit being Harlequin Rugby League at the time, now London Broncos again. It needs a strong London Broncos for the kids to aspire to. So, they're having a bit of a rough run at the moment with stadiums and moving and all that. But you go speak to them, they're as enthusiastic as ever, which is great to see.
Cheers, Brian. Good luck.
Thank you.
Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Rovers TV. To say the sun was out would be an understatement here in Ebbsfleet, where we are broadcasting live this afternoon as Featherstone Rovers travel to take on London Broncos in their temporary home. It is 31 degrees. Good afternoon from George Riley. I've been down on the pitch. It is absolutely baking. I'm glad I'm commentating today, put it that way, and I'm glad I'm not playing. But it's a big game for Rovers, this, as they all are now, looking to right some wrongs from a miserable May to get some momentum going leading up to the business end of the season. Every game from here on in just feels huge for Brian McDermott and the Blue Wall. And the two sides have completed their warm-ups. They'll be making their way out from opposite sides of the pitch in just a moment, so let me confirm the two lineups for you. Starting with our host, the London Broncos, who have Alex Walker at fullback. Then it's Paul Ulberg on the wing, Ilias Makani on the other wing, the two centres, Siti Musadreki and Dalton Grant this afternoon. The halves, a name you may know if you're a Rovers fan, Dean Parata, their vice-captain with Ollie Leyland in the halves. Wellington Albert, Sam Davis and Sam Hall on loan from Castleford. And then the skipper, Will Lovell, Rhys Curran, Ronnie Palumbo is the 13. The Broncos bench, Bill Leyland, Paulos Latu, Rob Oakley and Max Allen for their head coach, Mike Eccles. And here come the Broncos, wearing all black with red and white trim. They make their way out into the sunshine. Rovers not quite ready. So let me run through the Featherstone Rovers side today. Jack Broadbent will play fullback. That's the big bit of team news. Mark Carella ruled out for the season, and it's Jack Broadbent rather than Craig Hall that Brian McDermott has put his faith in to play that role. So Broadbent at fullback, Briscoe, Leilua, Hall and Gale gets a start today. The halves, as you would expect, Smith and Riley Jacks up front today. Jesse Senolafeo, Connor Jones and Gadwin Springer starting. And then the second row of Jack Bussey, Brett Ferris and Junior Moores. That means the Rovers interchange bench today is Matty Wildy, John Davis. The captain will come off the bench today, James Lockwood. And Sam Essay, who was an unused 17th man 7 days ago. Will he get some minutes today? That means still no Ben Helliwell, of course, today. Luke Cooper, who was on commentary duty with me this time last week. We await to see whether he trots over the pitch and comes to join me. We will see. Might just be you and me, listeners. We will see. I think he might be running the water today. And still no Josh Hardcastle as well. He is nearing his return. He was poorly when we saw him just when we shot up next 10 days ago. So he's still recovering from that virus. So Featherstone making London Broncos wait here. The Broncos are out. They're having a little team talk in the huddle in the centre of the pitch. Rovers coaching staff are out. Brian McDermott's made his way out. The physios and the doctors down on the bench, and the officials, the match officials, are ready to go as well. Adam Cuthbertson just makes his way back down the tunnel, says, "Are we ready, boys?" Wasn't too bad a trip actually down from Post Office Road today. 3.5 hours, although we had a stop. So probably 4 hours all in, with a stop for a coffee and a sandwich. Although a couple of the boys, I think, went for McDonald's. You didn't hear that from me. Here come Rovers. Change strip today. Ideal in these conditions. So it's the sky blue, the summer colours with the white trim, the white shorts and the sky blue socks. Craig Hall leading the side out today. What a turnaround from being axed from the side for a couple of weeks, and there he is, leader of the pack today, already pouring a bottle of water clean over the top of his head, even before kick-off. Craig Hall, that will tell you about the conditions here today. First visit to Ebbsfleet. Tell you what, it's a great little ground. As we observe the 13-second tackle it window, the Broncos players take a knee and link arms in their huddle. Rovers line up from a standing start. And we're ready to go for Featherstone Rovers here away at London Broncos. Craig Hall has the kicking tee, the lime green kicking tee in his hand, and he will get us underway. Rovers will play from left to right as we look on from our commentary position, which is just behind the two benches, 3 or 4 seats behind the benches, so lower down than you would normally get your commentary position from. But we're ready to go, and Craig Hall will kick off at 3 minutes past 3 on a baking hot Sunday afternoon. And it will be London Broncos to bring us back with the first carry from right to left, and a little offload in the tackle as well. And it's the Broncos fans straight away that you can hear. Jesse Senolafeo early on is in the tackle with Riley Jackson. Craig Hall getting an early shoulder in as well. So his Gadwin Spring had a really big stint off the bench last week, but it's London. A little juggle. But they're already up towards 40, and they offload again, and a little scurry away from Sam Davis at dummy half. They're up towards halfway here are the Broncos. Strong first carry. Promoting the ball as well. Dean Parata, the former Rover, bounces off Bussey. That was strong from Rhys Curran. It will be the 5th tackle. Seems like it's been a never-ending first set. Kick on the last from Ollie Leyland, goes high. First test under the high kick for young Broadbent, Jack Broadbent, who will get a run now at fullback. That awful injury to Mark Corella 7 days ago. Coach Brian McDermott, when I spoke to him after the game last week, was fearing it could be a lengthy layoff, but he was hoping for a 6-weeker. It was anything but. Everything that Mark Corella could have torn in his knee, he has torn, including a break of the bone. So that's Corella's season done, his race run for 2022. And from all of us at Rovers TV, Mark, we wish you all the very best, mate. Keep your chin up, and we'll see you very soon. Brandon Pickersgill on the sidelines at the moment. He's got an issue as well. So that means the two fullbacks, two specialist fullbacks in the Rovers squad are absent. So Jack Broadbent's there. Brian McDermott before the match said he could have gone with Craig Hall, but he felt he would have lost too much out wide. Last tackle Rovers on halfway with Riley Jacks. Swings the left boot to ball and an easy take, unchallenged for the winger, the far side, and he'll bring it up with a sprint from right to left. A couple of the London fans have packed their vocal cords this afternoon. And it's been an error-free start from both sides. 3 minutes in. We started a few minutes late. Looked like Rovers' fault over on the far side. Couldn't quite make it out on time, but it's all about completing the first set, and that's what both sides are doing so far. Rovers now bringing their defensive line against this Broncos side, who are now on the 40-metre line. It's a football pitch, this, of course. Ebbsfleet United play here. Early kick on the 4th tackle. Broadbent scurries over, misjudges it slightly, but takes it on the second bounce and has a look back and eventually just has to straighten up and meet the traffic. And Rovers will start from the 20-metre line. Brian McDermott is stood in the shade watching this one from the stand opposite ours, which has a couple of dozen fans over there with him. And the rest of his Rovers staff watching in the shade. He's not silly, is Brian. The bench just beneath me to my left, Matty Wildy on the exercise bike at the moment as Ferris breaks with Leilua down this near side. Does well to stay in the field of play. They could have got him into touch. He's asking for a penalty here, the big centre. Ferris will play the ball. Briscoe's gone inside. He takes the next carry and runs straight at big Ilias Makani. Connor Jones, whose family over from Australia have come down to London to watch this one. Broadbent joining the line, gives it to Hall, left side. First good look at the Broncos line for Rovers, this 30 away. Left side, Gareth Gale back in the side. Great to see him. Pops it up to Jacks, who then gives it to big Junior Moore, says go for a run down the middle. That's what he does. 20 away, right in front of the sticks. Last tackle. So Jones will find Morgan Smith. He might go high here, he does. Outside of the right boot. Briscoe's gone up, taps it backwards. It's come off the Broncos. Hadley Lewis picked it up. He's going to rule a knock on, but which was the first knock on? There was two in there. I think it's going to be Broncos ball. And the referee's going to say yes, just a turnover, and Broncos will play this. Good end to the set, though, from Rovers, and still no unforced errors or no penalties from either side on Rovers TV. Great to have your coverage this afternoon. George Riley with you. Looks like none of the non-playing Rovers staff fancy this one, so I'm afraid it's just me you've got this afternoon. So if you get bored of my voice, blame the players down there on the bench. We'll let Luke Cooper off because he's running the water on today. He was great. Great company up on the gantry at Post Office Road last week. Really passionate guy. And he'll be looking forward to getting back out there for the run-in. Bright start this from the home side. With Leyland again scurrying away from dummy half. They're up on halfway, so what's the kick going to look like? Parata calls for it in the metallic blue boots. He goes over to this right-hand side. Briscoe's got a bit of time. Good claim from Briscoe. McCarney will wrap him up, though, and Rovers will have to start 22 metres or so from their own line. We've had 6 minutes, and you're listening to Rovers TV. If you just joined us, you've not missed anything. No points from either side. We started a couple of minutes late. The big team news is that in the absence of the unfortunate Mark Carella, it's Jack Broadbent at centre, at fullback, I beg your pardon, and that's the first penalty of the match, given away by the Broncos, so the first opportunity for Rovers to get down the pitch. And Craig Hall, on halfway, will just hammer into touch. And Rovers have an opportunity to attack the London Broncos line. Leilua wants first carry here. Well, he's just going to tap, in fact, and then Brett Ferris will keep the ball moving right to left. Right through the middle, Moores and Jacks. This is great from Featherstone. Broadbent gives it to Hall, and then Riley Jacks has a little bit of a go back at someone. Didn't line up as he was anticipating, or as he wanted perhaps. Gale, here's the dummy half, shovels it back to Riley Jacks. First carry from big Jesse Senna-Lafeu, who's been revitalised as a prop forward. Connor Jones, scamper from dummy half, gives it to Morgan Smith. Poor ball, Briscoe takes it on the bounce. He's lost a bit of momentum. Does well to stay in the field of players. He lost the ball. No, the referee says play on. They're right on this near right-hand touchline, 15 away, with Morgan Smith now centre field. And Moores again will batter up the middle. Referee says play on. He lost it but regained control. They're in front of the sticks here. Couple of tackles to go with Connor Jones. He's going to run it right side again with Morgan Smith. Short ball, Leilua gives it to Briscoe. Brilliant, Joey Leilua. And a gift of a try for Briscoe in the corner, made by Joey Leilua. Briscoe's try, and Rovers lead by 4 points to 0. Superstar for Featherstone. It all came from the first penalty of the game. Hall getting things down the right end of the pitch, and they just set up the field position. Junior Moores driving towards the post. Connor Jones working right side. Joey Leilua, as he does, drives that one-handed little flick basketball pass, and Briscoe knew what was coming, so he stayed on his wing, took the pass and dived in the corner to give Rovers a 4-0 lead on Rovers TV, and we have had 9 minutes of this one in bright sunshine, in baking heat at Ebbsfleet. And Craig Hall with the conversion attempt. It's millimetres in from this near touchline. He's taking it back, 22, 23. Tough kick for Craig Hall. Oh, he struck a beauty, but it just doesn't fade back enough. And Rovers have a 4-0 lead. Hello to our regular listener, Nigel Bannister, sat outside at Roosters Brewery in Harrogate, having a listen, having a drink, eating and enjoying the sunshine. Always great to hear from you, Nigel, and the family. Enjoy your afternoon. And the Broncos will restart trailing now by 4 points to 0 with Briscoe's try. The restart taken by Riley Jackson. Gadwin Springer will have a strong carry. 18 tries in 23 games for Briscoe. The Rovers, well, the only Rovers ever present now in 2022. Still no Jonathan Ford. It's been a frustrating season for him as well. He was ready for his first Rover start last week, just felt a tight groin, not ready to make this trip down south as Briscoe has another go. Near side, the home fans wanted an obstruction. The referee said no, nothing there. Bit of a messy play of the ball as well. Ferris gives it to Leilua, who's had a bright start. Last tackle, 40 away. Jones going right side. Ferris will have to kick. Just puts one into the corner. It's a lovely kick from Brett Ferris. And the chase is good as well. And Broncos are caught inside their own 10-metre line. Parata It's been error-free for 11 minutes from Rovers. That will please, I'm sure, even Mr. Grumpy himself, Brian McDermott. Last tackle, look where they are, London. They're in the own 40. That's a good little scamper. They're going to run it far side on the last. Oh, it's gone behind everyone. It's still going, though. It's still the last tackle. Parata eventually gets it on halfway and puts a spiral kick, which has got Broadbent flailing, but he takes it really well, and then off he goes. Brian McDermott saying before the game he's gone for the youngster Broadbent at fullback just because of his pace on the kick return. So it'll be interesting to see how he goes in the absence of Mark Corella. I'm sure Brandon Pickersgill will be back at some point, but at the moment it's Broadbent's position. 6 tries in 2 games out on the wing, and now he gets to go at fullback, and Riley Jacks joining the line, and Bussey left side. It's been encouraging, this from Rovers. Jones, Jacks, Hall comes in off his left wing, gives it to Jesse Senna-Lefeu, throws a little dummy and then just burrows up the middle and goes to ground. Last tackle right in the middle of the pitch, 30 away. Jones will give it to Morgan Smith, who'll put one down the line again. He goes high, says to Briscoe, chase that. He's just going to let the winger Ilias Makani take that, and the chase is good. And it was Connor Jones winning the chase, and the Broncos are stopped 5 metres from their own line. As the captain, James Lockwood, on the bench today, just goes back into the tunnel area. And London offloading a lot so far this afternoon. Paul Ulberg going for a little scamper, promoting the ball at every opportunity, something they've clearly talked about, how to get at this Featherstone side. So far, Rovers have looked watertight. Brian McDermott is down on the touchline now, far side. That normally means he's seen something he doesn't like. Here come Rovers, tackle break. Good offload as well, and they're over halfway. Last tackle. That's an awful play, the ball. Referees let it go. Little grubber kick down the line. The winger could get there. I think it's going to run into touch far side, so he couldn't quite get there. City Mosadrecki. And the referee has said a Rovers man played at it. Well, it was drilled along the ground, took a ricochet off the Rovers man. So that's a big call from the match referee. And the Broncos are going to get a chance here. They're going to get a full set from 20 away from the Rovers line. Unfortunate that for Featherstone. First tackle complete from Jesse Senna-Lefeu. Connor Jones, his wingman there. And up the middle come the Broncos again with Wellington Albert. Powerful ball carrier, left of the sticks. Right in front of the post now with hooker Sam Davis, the dummy half. Straightens up and then gives it to Dean Parata, who spins towards the line. That's what he does, Parata. And he scored against his former club. And the Broncos level with their first attack. And with a kick to come, the home side are poised to take the lead. 4-4 with a kick to come in front of the post. And Rovers were caught cold by one of their former players. And the home fans enjoyed that. Parata's try. And Ollie Leyland takes off his skull cap, has a drink of water, and awaits the conversion attempt for a 2-pointer. That's going to put the home side in the lead, having had to weather an early storm from Rovers on this baking hot day. No wonder Brian McDermott was down on the touchline. He might be back down shortly. Well, that was their first look at the line, as Ollie Leyland makes no mistake. That's gone into the car park. And it's a 6-4 Broncos lead. Now then, Featherstone, what are you made of? Been a good start to now. And the Broncos take the restart on their own line. It's the Broncos fans you can hear at the moment. It's their side who leads. A few individuals shouting out pointed things to the Rovers bench. As Leyland drills, looking for a 40-20. Briscoe's going to get there. No, he's not. No, he's not. Skips away and Briscoe was just caught cold there. 2 bounces into touch. But it's not quite a 40-20, the referee says. I think it's going to be Rovers' ball here. He must have been just outside. So a lucky escape. He was sprinting back nervously. Was Briscoe there? He didn't get there. But he was just outside the 40. So Rovers have escaped one there. So we approach the midway point of the first half. It's absolutely flown by, hasn't it? We've had 18, 19 minutes. Penalty Rovers. It's 2-0 in the penalty count. Some very vocal home fans to our left. Don't know if you can make them out. We can make out every word here on Rovers TV. Featherstone have gone downfield off the penalty. Hall will tap 30 away from the line, so great opportunity to hit right back, and I can tell you the captain Lockwood is on, and Broadbent joins the line. Might have taken a high one there. Referee says no, shoulder. Jones is to dummy half. Morgan Smith on his right shoulder, goes past Moores, and here is Lockwood, gives it to Springer. Thinks about the offload, but goes to ground. 10 away, left side. Jones to Smith. Now attacking this right edge with Brett Ferris. Leilua is the dummy half in the position he would normally be. Smith right in front of the post now, back right to left with Junior Moores. Offload great from Moores and a change of direction again. Smith runs straight back into traffic though. That didn't work. So Connor Jones, I'm sure will go left. Yes, he does. Lockwood wants this. Promotes the ball to Jacks. This is great with Hall. Little grubber kick through. Can he get on it himself? It's hacked behind by Leyland, and it'll be a dropout Broncos and another set of 6 coming Rovers' way. Bit of a summer bash feel around this fixture. That's still to come, of course, in a few weeks' time. If you haven't yet got your tickets or you're still deciding whether to come, get yourself along during the week to the Rovers Club shop. You don't want to miss that, do you? Oh, they've got a short kick-off here. Oh, it's a brilliant take, Joey Leilua. That was terrific from the big man. Bounced off one, and look where the Rovers are now. Right in front of the post with a full set of 6. Moores almost there. Connor Jones looks over both shoulders. And then decides left is the call. Smith and Jacks again. Floated ball, Broadbent over the top. Can Gale take it? He can. And it's going to be a try for Gareth Gale. Calls for a forward pass. It was beautifully weighted. Floated in the air. Boos from the home fans who wanted that disallowed, but Gareth Gale hugging his touchline as all good wingers do. Touches down as Rovers regain the lead by 8 points to 6. Patient build-up from Featherstone and Gareth Gale in the corner to give the visitors the lead back. And Craig Hall will line up another touchline attempt. 7 tries for Gale, who's been in and out of the side with injury. Had a 50% strike rate, 7 in 15 so far in his appearances this calendar year. But that was a good one, that was an important one, and it gives Rovers the lead back. 8-6, with this to come from the far touchline for Craig Hall. Here he comes, he's given that a whack, and he's missed another one. 2 touchline conversions, 0 from 2.
London Broncos 6, Featherstone Rovers 8. Try score
from Craig Hall.
Gareth Gale.
He'll have to keep going though this week. Last week he missed the first couple and gave the kicking tee to Mark Corella. Not able to do that today, with Mark Corella resting up after that awful knee injury. So 2 tries to 1, 8 points to 6. Rovers lead London. Temperature at pitch level, we're told, around about 31 degrees. There was talk of water breaks. Brian McDermott wasn't keen, he just wanted to keep the game rolling if there was enough stoppages. But it will take a lot out of the players as Gadwin Springer, the big man, takes the first carry back. Tries from Luke Briscoe and Gareth Gale, the 2 wingers, have Rovers 8-6 ahead. Hall missing with 2 from the touchline. And London actually have had only 1 look at the Rovers line. They scored from it. And they're already back up towards halfway. And that has momentarily silenced the vocal home support as Lockwood half breaks the tackle on halfway. Last tackle as well, this. Jones gives it to Jacks, who goes very, very high. Spiral bomb. Winger and fullback need to talk to each other. They do eventually. And again, the Rovers chase is good. Pinning London inside their own 10-metre line. We've had 24 minutes. And Gadwin Springer goes for a big hit, doesn't quite get it right. Ferris and Jones completing the tackle. London still on their own 20 here. Been an excellent defensive effort so far, Featherstone. That try aside, of course, scored by former Rover Dean Parata, but no penalties so far, which will please Brian McDermott. It's been the defence that's been a concern in recent weeks. Last tackle, London inside their own 40, so Parata looking for a 40-20. Briscoe was on the same wavelength and takes it on the full, gives it to Broadbent on the charge, and here he goes, the youngster. Lovely step off his right and the handoff, and he's away, Broadbent, and he's round the fullback. This is wonderful from the youngster, going all the way over to the left side. He's looking for support, there's nothing there for him. But that was a brilliant kick return from Jack Broadbent. And if Hall or Gale had been there, they would have had a freebie try. Hall's there now, just short of the line. There's a try here though for Rovers, you feel. Gale burrowing over, stopped just short of the line. They're stacking up to this right-hand side. If Connor Jones can get a quick feed over to the right, he does. Gives it to Riley Jack, who goes back left, changes the direction. Junior Moore straightens up, looks to offload, gives it back to Gareth Gale, who doesn't really know what to do with it. And eventually, he just takes the tackle and says, let's just take stock here. 5 metres away with Connor Jones. Back in field with Riley Jackson, then Morgan Smith and Ferris and Leilua looking to beat his tackle and offload, but not this time. Last tackle. So where will Morgan Smith do? Well, he puts a cut across the ball, crossfield kick, knocked on by London. It's going to be 6 more for Featherstone. They might not need it. Jacks is on the line. Can he get the ball down? No. But it's a clean set of 6 because London knocked on. So Rovers have 6 more right on the line. Lockwood thinks about going on his own, but no. Tackled in front of the posts. Can Rovers find another way over? No. Briscoe drops the ball and London have it back. He might actually have got the boot on the ball before it was a knock on. Either way, London have got it back. And that was uncharacteristically sloppy from the visitors. But Rovers have the lead after 26 minutes. Brian McDermott has again been down to the touchline. Try and get a message down. The bench, though, is at the opposite side of the pitch from where Brian and Adam Cuthbertson and the team are sitting over on the far side. And London have lost the ball, I think. They have. They've knocked on their own 30, so a little bit disjointed from the home side, who have made a change on this near touchline. Let me have a look at who the man coming off is. I think it's Sam Hall, the on loan cast Tiger, who's coming for a breather. And it will be scrum down and a bit of a break in play. This was one of the stoppages in the heat that Brian McDermott was talking about the game. And Brian's again is down to the touchline. Maybe he just prefers it down there today. In his baseball cap, tracksuit bottoms. Another penalty given away by London. What's that, 3-0 in the penalty count now? This is going to hurt them. The pressure building. Smith, I think, will just go in touch. Yes, he does. Near side, puts it on the roof. 10 metres out from the line. Full set from here for Rovers to try and extend their lead, which at the moment is 8 points to 6 on Rovers TV. Tries for the two wingers today. Briscoe and Gale. Two touchline conversions, both missed by Craig Hall. Rovers right in front with Connor Jones. Then it's Riley Jacks, short ball to Broadbent, who's looked lively today at full-back in the absence of the unfortunate Mark Corella. Gale back to Jacks. Moores takes it on the turn. Wrestles out of a couple. The big men are going to be finding it tough in these hot conditions today. Smith has got a bit of room to work with. Ferris, this is nice. Ferris, can he get there? Briscoe, it's gone forward. Briscoe was over for a second, but the pass was adjudged to have been forward, and Rovers are denied. A little scamper from Ilias Makani, who has pace to burn. Do let us know where you're listening. If you're sat out having a drink in the sunshine on Rovers TV, I'd love to know about it. Look us up on Twitter at Georgie Boy, or if you go on the Featherstone Rovers official feed, you'll see my name copied in there. Send me a message, I'll make sure I say hello. Hello to Mick, who's loving the commentary while sitting around the pool in New Orleans. And he's got the Featherstone Rovers beach towel on his chair around the pool. Not jealous at all, Mick. Ollie Leyland with a little dab over, nicely diffused by Gareth Gale. That looks very nice indeed. I'll tell you what, our conditions are pretty good as well. Mick, what's the traffic cone doing in that photo, by the way? Looks like you've got your pick of your seats round the pool in New Orleans. I don't know what that traffic cone is doing next year. I'd love to know. But great to know you're listening. Great to know we got listeners over there. Connor Jones has come off for a breather, by the way. Matty Wilde is on. Jesse Senna-Lafeo off the field as well at the moment. He was the man to come off for Lockwood, who has a carry now up towards halfway. Rovers on the last tackle. It's Wilde, and it will be Smith to put boot to ball. Again, it's a high one. Chase that, he says. He's going to go after it himself. And Makani takes it well. He's having a good game, Ilias Makani, the Broncos winger, wearing 5. Good game, actually. Feels like Rovers are relatively comfortable, but the scoreboard would tell a different story. 8-6, 2 tries to 1. But with a successful conversion from Ollie Leyland in London. And Craig Hall's had 2 very, very difficult kick attempts, which have both gone wide. So 8-6. Gadwin Springer's still out there. No, he's down. I think he's ready to come off, Gadwin Springer. He's looking a bit lethargic in back play. I think Rovers actually readying a double change here. It's going to be Jesse Senna-Lafeo to come straight back on. It's going to be a double change. Springer and Junior Moore's off. Gadwin Springer and Sam Essay. Great to see him get some minutes today. A frustrated observer last week. Brian McDermott went down to sit with Sam Essay on the bench towards the end of that game to explain to him why he hadn't used him. As we know, with the head coach, quite often he uses a 16-man rather than a 17-man rotation. Did it to great effect at Leeds. Quite often, actually, the great Rob Burrow was the unfortunate man, as I recall, in that situation. Lockwood plays the ball, Wilde, and then Riley Jackson, Bussey. So Rovers going through the interchange. I think that's 4 so far. Last tackle. Where will Riley Jacks go? He's just going high again. They're just playing the corners and the kickers chasing the kicks themselves. Riley Jacks goes after it. And he's got quite an engine on, hasn't he, this London Broncos fan near us. I'm sure you can make out his chants. Having a good day in the sunshine. And I'm sure his local hostelry does quite good business when he's in this mood as well. Very, very passionate. It's the kind of passion we like and we need in rugby league, let's be honest. Rovers in the defensive line. Yet to give a penalty away today. We've had 32 minutes. That will please Brian. I'm sure there'll be plenty that won't. Sam Essay getting a lot of work done since he's just come on. Ollie Leyland gets a kick away, but it's good pressure from Essay. Broadbent takes it. And Gareth Gale fancies the carry back. And then it's Briscoe. Into the last 10 minutes of the first half. In baking heat, if you've joined us late on Rovers TV, George Riley with you. Been a real pleasure to call every match for you on Rovers TV this season. Baking hot day in Ebbsfleet as Wildy goes away and Broadbent's on his shoulder. Brilliant ankle tap. Try saver. Wonderful defence that from Sam Davis. But the pressure is on. Wildy waits from dummy half. They're going to go right. Smith. Oh, lovely inside ball. And Essay's going to get his try. Made by Wildy's break. And Sam Essay up in support. Gets over for a Rovers try. Well done, that man. And Rovers have a third score. And that's reward for Sam Essay. Had a great deal of disappointment turning up and not being used last week. And he's been on the field 2 minutes, played with a lot of enthusiasm. And he's got himself on the end of that one to score a Rovers try. Great moment for him. And Rovers extend their lead. Try number 3, so 12-6. And this is a much easier kick from Craig Hall, who's missed 2 from the touchline. But this one, infinitely more kickable for Craig Hall. So this should be 14-6 in Rovers' favour. Essay's first try, just his 5th appearances. And we forget how young he is. A real bright future ahead of him. He's got the big frame, he's got the pace. Can he just fine-tune those attributes and that mentality to play at the elite level? He's got all the ingredients as Hall knocks the kick through. That's gone absolutely miles. I think that's gone out of the car park and into the woods by the flats at the far side. So I think London could be down the ball here. 14-6.
Featherstone Rovers 7. Try scored by number 32 Sam Essay and converted by number 4 Craig Hall.
Do ignore the PA announcer. I think he said was Featherstone are on 7 points. I can absolutely guarantee they're not. I'm not sure where he learnt his maths. But with 3 tries to 1 here. Can only assume he's giving them 2 points for a try and 1 point for a goal if he thinks Featherstone Rovers are on 7. 14-6 the Rovers lead. Keep your messages coming. David is stuck at Tesco delivering beer today and then off to Wales later. Thanks for the great commentary. Absolute pleasure, Dave. It's a real pleasure to be given the chance to do this job, if I'm honest. And I hope you're enjoying the coverage. Great to hear from you. Just make sure if you're delivering beer that they all get there intact, because I'm sure they'll be counting, mate, on a day like this. Jesse Senelafeo was offloaded. It's been gobbled up by London. So that's the first. I think that's the first error I can count from Featherstone in 36 minutes. They've certainly not conceded a penalty first half. 3 tries to 1, 14-6. Here come London. They've only had 1 look at the Rovers line. They've scored from it. So they'll be buoyed by that. And of course those 2 missed touchline conversions from Craig Hall has kept this one close. Dean Parata is the man who can make it happen. He just fizzes the ball to the left side. But no way through. Dalton Grant is waiting from dummy half. It was Alex Walker with the carry there, wearing 31, and Parata has the ball in his hands again, and Parata's through. Sam Esse just about keeps hold of him round the collar. Home fans wanted a high tackle, it wasn't. It's the last tackle. Oh, they've made a right mess of that. Lockwood just took the kick easy. It was a little chip kick to himself from the man at the play the ball. Bit of a panic play, and Rovers have defended their line well here. Brian McDermott is still down on the touchline. I was going to say penny for his thoughts. You'd need more than a penny for Brian McDermott's thoughts. Fascinating human being. And he's getting his steps in today as well. From left to right, hands on hips under the baseball cap. In the Rovers polo shirt, far side. This is the slowest play the ball ever. Eventually Jesse Senelefo gets up. Wildy plays the ball on Lockwood, who's had a good stint. Last tackle. They're only 30 from their own line here. Now then, and he's dropped that, but he's dropped it backwards, says Ilyas Makari, the winger, who I said was having a great game, and he offloads. Good kick return in the end, and the fullback gets away, and again Sam Esse's there. It's almost like he got a point to prove, the young man. Really energetic stint in the sunshine. He's after everything, chasing everything. Hello to Kevin Knowles, hiding from the sun but loving the game. Feel for the boys out there in this heat. Thank you, Kevin. Knowlesy86 on Twitter. Great to hear from you, mate. Yeah, it is hot out there. If any of the boys have a beer on the coach on the way back, I can guarantee it'll have been earned. But it's defending for them to do as well, as Leyland puts a little grubber kick through. Can Broadbent get across? He's going to have to deal with this, and he does, and he gets himself just about back into the field of play. Couple of metres into the field of play. Well done, Jack Broadbent. Hasn't put a foot wrong in his first game at fullback. Only his third game for Rovers. 6 tries so far since joining from Leeds Rhinos. Hello as well to Vicky Simpkins, listening from home. Can we have a shout out to our boys Oscar and Charlie? Of course you can, Vicky. Hello, Oscar. Hello, Charlie. Hello on behalf of everyone out there. All the Rovers boys putting a good stint in for you today in baking hot conditions. Hope you're enjoying the game at home. Do keep your messages coming if you're listening at home and you want to send me a message, get a shout out. I can guarantee you I'll read every single one out. If you go on Twitter, look for me at Georgie Boy with an EY, or just go onto the official Featherstone Rovers Twitter. You'll find my name linked from their profile with details of how you can follow Rovers TV on the commentary. Just send me a message and I'll make sure I give you a shout out. We really appreciate every single member on Rovers TV, because we can't do this service without you, so your company is welcome everywhere we go. And we're right down on the south coast today in Ebbsfleet. 3.5 hour drive down on the team coach. And it's a 14-6 Featherstone lead, approaching half time, with Parata pulling the strings, the former Rover for Featherstone Rovers. We must be almost at the halfway mark. 43 my watch says, and we started at 3 minutes past. Esse, another big hit. Can the Broncos find something before half time? Parata is going to kick from halfway. Broadbent's got a good starting position and he makes no mistake. And he's right. You can tell why Brian McDermott wants to see him at fullback. He's got such pace. If he can find a bit of broken field, then you won't catch him. Smith. Briscoe wants it. He has a dart from first receiver. Smith and then Broadbent again joining the line. The wingers and fullback in to give the forwards a bit of a rest as we approach half-time here at the home of Ebbsfleet United FC, the Cufflink Stadium. Thanks to everyone at London who's given us a really warm welcome from everyone at Featherstone Rovers. As Wildy goes to Riley Jacks, last tackle. It's gone high, floats one, it's a good take. Alex Walker, right on the hooter. Job done, half of the job done at least for Featherstone Rovers. Tries from Briscoe from Gale, and a first in Featherstone Rovers colours for young Sam Essay. 1 from 3 from the kicking boot of Craig Hall, and Rovers have an advantage at half-time in red-hot conditions here at the temporary home of London Broncos at Ebbsfleet. We pause for a half-time breather with Rovers holding sway just. It's a brutal contest in sweltering conditions, this one. Fluids will be taken on, and we will resume on Rovers TV with Featherstone leading by 14 points to 6.
Let's welcome our sides back out for the
Welcome back.
Featherstone Rovers and London Broncos.
And the side's ready for the second half of a keenly contested contest in red-hot conditions in Ebbsfleet, the temporary home at the moment of London Broncos, and it's Featherstone leading 14 points to 6, 3 tries to 1. Both wingers getting in on it. Briscoe Gale, Sam Essay off the bench for his first, not only his first Rovers try, but we've had a little check at half-time. It's his first ever try in rugby league. So a bit of a special moment for Sam Essay, who's made a big impact off the bench, and he's out there at the moment. The Rovers bench, I'll confirm for you as it stands at the moment as London get us back underway. London are wearing all black. Not ideal in these conditions, with stripes on the red stripes on the side of the shorts and black socks. And they're attacking from left to right. Rovers are in our change colours today, which is the metallic sky blue around the midriff, the white trim along the top of the shirt, white shorts, and the blue socks to go with it. So summer colours for Rovers, who lead 14-6 as captain James Lockwood takes an early carry. He started on the bench. Jesse Senelafeu now up over halfway. The bench at the moment is Gadwin Springer, John Davis, who's the only man who hasn't been used yet. Connor Jones, who's down there as well. And Junior Moores, I think, is the other man off the field at the moment. Gadwin Springer goes for a little warm-up. Oh, and the first penalty given away by Rovers of the game so far. 2 minutes into the second half, it's taken. The penalty is put onto the roof and comes down almost taking out someone on the London bench. He wasn't paying any attention. Keep your messages coming on Rovers TV. I've got a few to read out in just a sec when I get stoppage in play. If you send us a message on Twitter, I'll find it. I'll make sure I say hello to you. London attacking over halfway, giving the ball a bit of air as they love to do. Worth remembering, they're no stranger to overturning big deficits. Was it 28-0 at half-time against Sheffield last week? They came back to win. Hope I'm not tempted fate there. Here they come again. Ollie Leyland. Little jinking run away easily from Bussey. Then the offload. Oh, it's taken. They're going to score. That's wonderful from London. And Alex Walker scores under the post. But it was all about Ollie Leyland dancing away from dummy half, offloading inside to the supporting Walker. And it's under the post, so that's going to be a 6-pointer. And Rovers is going to see their lead trimmed to only 2 points here. The Broncos have struck right at the start of the second half. And that all came from the first penalty given away by Featherstone today. Alex Walker's try. And it's bang in front, so this will be 2 from 2, I'm sure, for Leyland. And we'll be looking at a 14-12 Featherstone Rovers lead. Very much game on here. Rovers need a big, big performance this second half. Leyland taking his time with the kicking tee. and then makes no mistake between the posts.
12, Featherstone Rovers 14. Try scored for London Broncos by number 31, Alex Walker.
Hello to Danielle,
Number 6,
who's chilling in the hot tub. Very nice, basking in the sun, listening to the great commentary. It's an absolute scorcher. Feel for the lads today. They've earned a drink, that's for sure. Well, they need a big second half to earn it properly, don't they? That lead's been trimmed to only 2. Danielle, great to hear from you. Glad you're enjoying the commentary.
Oh, he's right down there.
Lucky you for being in the hot tub as well. Hello as well to Rob Sykes, who's listening in from Costa del Fev. Thirsty work just listening, Rob says. Come on, Fev, let's rack some points up this half. Well, they've conceded 6. Hopefully the Rovers points are on the way, but at the moment the work to do is defensive. And hello, as always, Kirsty and the rest of the staff listening in while cleaning up after a christening back at Rovers HQ at Post Office Road. A couple of fans listening in with us as well. Hi Kirsty, hi to the team, and hello to Rob as well. And the husband sitting at home in the sunshine. You've got the better idea, I think, there, Rob. As the sun just temporarily goes behind the clouds here. Last tackle London, they're on their own 40. Parata has the ball in his hands, goes back to Leyland, who's been the stand-up man to London. He's grabbed around the shoulder. Great work, Essay again. He's forced an awful kick. It's gone laterally, and London are going to turn it over on the 20 if they're not careful. They still have the ball. They've got a chance to get the kick away. Oh, they've rescued it, because Parata... Oh, well, that's brilliant from London. They were caught in possession on their own 20. Parata's kicker stopped dead 1 metre from the Rovers line, and Broadband running it back as his ankle's tapped. What a huge play that was. Rovers would have been attacking the line. As it is, they're on their own 10. Fortuitous perhaps, but Parata has come up with a big play there. Oh, and then London are offside, so that's a get-out-of-jail card for Featherstone, which they needed. They've been under pressure the start of this second half. We've had, 6 minutes of the second half? And Featherstone have been up against it. Hi to Jamie, come on Fev. Yeah, I think quite a few people listening will echo that, Jamie. Thank you for your message. And happy birthday as well to Kelbo. Your 40th birthday today. Happy birthday to you from Dazzler. And you're both listening in Ponte, up the Rovers. Hope you have a great birthday. Let's hope Rovers can do the business so you can have a drink or two to celebrate. They're attacking with Lockwood and then Wildy the dummy half. They're 20 metres away with Riley Jacks now, and Bossy gets a bit of room. Scrambles out of the tackle. 5 away, left of the post. Jacks is the dummy half. Gives it to Gale. No way through for Gareth Gale, but he's strong. He's strong and he's over the line. He's going to be held up, I think, the big winger. Yes, he is. So Rovers will have to bring it back and play this 10 metres away. First chance for points for Rovers of this second half. They led at the break 14-6. They've been pegged back. It's now 14-12. Walker's try for London converted by Leyland, but Rovers attacking. Great short ball. Can Ferris get the offload away? Yes, he can. Leilua there. Leilua to the line. And Joey Leilua scores in the corner. And Rovers re-establish their cushion. Made by Brett Ferris. And Leilua's positioning was perfect. Hit the line at pace. And you don't stop the big man in the corner. He had Briscoe outside him. Didn't need him. Leilua touches down. And Featherstone re-establish a 6-point lead with another tricky kick to come for Craig Hall from the touchline. He's had 2 from the touchline so far, which he's missed. 1 which is nailed bang in front. Well, this, I'm afraid, is another tricky one. And this, well, these kicks are big, really. This would take it to a 2-score game, which is what Brian McDermott, who's again on his feet far side, will want. Just that little bit of extra security. 18 points to 12. The lead, a 4th try, though. It's 4 tries to 2 for Rovers. But London keeping in it because they're kicking. They're kicking the 2 every time. But Leilua's try is a good response. They're sharing them round, the wingers and centres. Briscoe, Leilua, Gale all on the mark today. Sam Essay with the other. What's Hall done this time? This time he has nailed it from the touchline. Great kick, Craig Hall. 2 from 4 from the boot. And it's 20-12, an 8.2 score advantage. It's as you were at half-time. And that, I'm sure, will settle a few of you down listening at home. Because it's been a bit of a nail-biter, this. Hello to Dale, who's listening in. Dale and Jenny. Thanks for your message. Hope you're enjoying the coverage. Up the Rovers, they say. Have a great Sunday, Dale. Have a great Sunday, Jenny. Thanks for tuning into Rovers TV. Jesse Senalafeu. Pleased to report the sun has disappeared behind some rather large clouds, so that's given a bit of respite to the players out there. It's still red hot down on pitch side, but at least it's, for the time being, overcast. And hello as well to a lifelong Featherstone fan, Brian Greenoff, for your procedure tomorrow at hospital. Brian, that's from your son, Andy, from Marie, and from Betty as well. Hope it goes all right, Brian, tomorrow with the eye procedure. And I hope Featherstone can oblige with a victory for you. Jack Bussey has the ball this near side, just over halfway, right in front of the dugouts. It's the last tackle, though. Matty Wildy's not looking. Ah, dear. And that's been classed as a knock-on. The ball wasn't played properly by Bussey. Matty Wildy wasn't looking, and he puts his hand in the air, says, that was my bad. That was my mistake. It's been given as a knock-on. It's going to be London ball, and that's very uncharacteristic from Matty Wildy. Just a momentary lapse in conversation. It's very much ice cream weather today. I wonder if Deliveroo do ice cream deliveries. Or we could get one to Ebbsfleet. Wonder if they won't know where we are. Kind of in the middle of nowhere, aren't we? There's kind of one little kiosk over, I can see on the far side, which does tea, coffee and hot food, which is pretty much the last thing any of us wants up in the commentary gantry at the moment. An ice cream or something cold and refreshing would go down well. London have made a change on this near side. And their replacement is Sam Hall's come off, I think. But here they come, attacking with Walker, the try scorer, dancing out of a couple. Riley Jacks gets him, but he offloads. Leyland, who has been a real bright spark. I think Walker, the fullback, and Leyland, along with Pirata, they're three danger men, London, who can do damage to Featherstone, who are 2 scores clear as it stands. Wildy in the tackle, looking to atone for that error. Essay's in there, Lockwood in there as well. Referee calls held. 25 metres from the line, last tackle, London. Pirata has it, they're going to run it left side. Little grubber kick through from Rhys Curran. It's well dealt with by Broadbent, but he's met brilliantly by London. And the 3 black shirts have dragged Broadbent back behind his own line. And the crowd getting into this, because Rovers are going to have to drop out. And London will get another set of 6. And that was a big play. Rovers have used 3 of their interchanges. Brian McDermott, as he likes to do, often leaves one interchange fresh. It's John Davis's turn this week. It was Sam Essay who was unused last week. And this time John Davis is the man who's going to have to be patient. London with a slow play of the ball on the 40-metre line. Had a very interesting chat actually with the Huddersfield Giants star Ashton Golding a couple of weeks ago about a squad who only uses 16 players rather than 17, because that's the role he's playing at Huddersfield at the moment. He's on the bench. Quite often he never gets off it. Here go London again, half break through. But it's Hall actually who's come on. He wasn't the man who's come off. Quick play of the ball. Just to the right of the post. Jesse Senalafeu scrambling and forcing a knock-on. Big defensive effort from JSL, because London were only a couple of metres short of the line and they've knocked on. That was a big play. And that rescues Rovers. Yes, as I was saying, quite often, as we have seen Huddersfield and their head coach likes to have one man on the bench who he doesn't use. just in case they need a plan B or someone who can cover a variety of positions. He loves doing that, Ian Watson, at Huddersfield, so that's been frustrating for Ashton Golding. But Brian McDermott is something he's always done. Did it at Leeds. And here goes Joey Leilua. Very often, I mentioned Rob Burrow in the first half, he never got a game. He's doing it here as well. Sam Esse, Jonathan Ford have both felt that this season as Lockwood breaks. Now then, Briscoe. He's got Gale with him. Can he get it away? He's got Broadbent on his shoulder. He's going to have to take the tackle. There are still gaps, though. If Gale can get up and play the ball, then that's got to be a penalty. And that should be 10 minutes. That's a professional foul. And it will be a yellow card. He knew what he was doing, the London man, and the referee was wise to it. Quick break by Gale. He was lying on, didn't let him get up. The easiest decision the referee's going to have to make today. And it's Paul Ulberg, I think, who's coming into the sin bin for 10 minutes. So Rovers will have a man extra. And they've got a penalty right on the line. Wildy taps. Can they make it a double penalty for London, who trail by 8? They've only got 12 men and they're defending their line. Wildy will go on his own and he's held up. He just dummied and he's over the line, but he's going to be held up on his back. Rovers attacking against 12 here, right on the line. Well, Wildy's taking it back to 10 because he was held up. Jesse Senna-Lefeu playing dummy half. Gives it to Gadwin Springer, first receiver, to Power in. He's looking to free the right arm to offload. No way through for it. Confirmation, it was Paul Ulberg, the man sin-binned. He's just walked past me. Here's Wildy again. Lovely flat ball. Can Jesse get there? Yes, he can. You do not stop Jesse Senna-Lefeu from there. Straight off the back of the penalty. Wildy's flat ball. And JSL has another Rovers score. And Brian McDermott's side extend their advantage to 12 points with a kick to come. Jesse Senna-Lefeu with a try. And that's more like it. Rovers can breathe a bit more easily now. Been pegged back to just a couple of points, but back-to-back tries. And that one was right in front of the post. So Hall will kick this. That'll be 3 from 5, having missed his first couple. And that will give Rovers a 14-point advantage at 26 points to 12. Keep your messages coming. Twitter's probably the best place to find me.
London Broncos 12, Featherstone Rovers 26. A try scored by number 12, Jesse Senna-Lefeu, and converted by number 4, Craig Hall.
And Hall kicks, and Rovers do extend their lead. Mick Robinson's been back in touch. Just to confirm, it's only 9 a.m. in New Orleans where he's listening, so no wonder there's so many empty seats around the pool. But I still want to know what the traffic cone's doing there, Mick. That's the one anomaly to that photo you've just sent me on social media. I'd love to know what that's marking out. At Georgie Boy, if you want to send us a message, I'll make sure they get read out second half, where Rovers have the advantage here. It's been not a perfect performance, but plenty of encouragement there. Where's that kick gone? Has that gone straight out on the full from the restart? I missed that because I was checking Twitter. My apologies, but it's gone straight out on the full, and that'll be a penalty on halfway to Featherstone. So it's all going the way of the blue wall so far. Great to see all of you Rovers fans who have made it down as well. I don't know why I'm talking to you, because you won't be listening because you're here. But for those of you who came over to say hello at half-time, great to meet you. Thanks for making the effort in the minibus down. And I hope you're enjoying this as the sun reappears from behind the clouds. Sam Esse, who's been good, and offloads, great offload as well. Craig Hall stepping in off this left wing. John Davis will be used today. He's on. He's at dummy half. So let's have a look at where he's going to play. Looks like he's in the second row, left side second row, where he knows best, John Davis. We've seen him a bit everywhere, haven't we? We've seen him front row, second row, hooker, left centre. Here they come with Hall, left side. Hall, oh, lovely, magic hands, Wildy. Dummies his way. Wildy, can he get there? No. Half a metre short, that would have been great. Davis from dummy half, thinks about it on his own. Wise is up and gives it to Riley Jacks, working all the way back left to right. Ferris promotes, and almost an intercept. It will be 6 to go because London have knocked on. It's gone a bit flat. It's almost like London know that the game is probably up now with those back-to-back Rovers tries. I can tell you it isn't. It's still very much game on. We've had, what, 18 minutes second half? There or thereabouts, so still plenty of time. Oh, Mick has confirmed that cone just appeared after a trip to the local bar. I'll ask no more questions, Mick, about that. Made me feel like a student again. Here are Rovers, 10 away. Can they get another try? Craig Hall left side. With Morgan Smith and then James Lockwood. Jesse Senna-Lefeu, another big stint from JSL in the front row. I really like him there at prop. In the absence of some key forwards at the moment. With Hall now left side. Hall, can he go on his own? Back inside, Gale will pick it up. Brilliant pick-up, Gareth Gale. Lovely, clean pick-up. Hall to Gale. And Gale has his second of the afternoon. And Rovers have another one. Boos ring around, I don't know why. Hall and Gale linked up at will last season, and that partnership is just starting to strengthen again. Now Hall is back in the side, and those two are linking up down the left-hand side. Another 4-pointer for Rovers, and it's 30 points to 12, a second for Gareth Gale. Few disgruntled London voices in this main stand. Rovers won't hang around to listen to any of the complaints though. Craig Hall is lining up another one. 30 points to 12 with this to come from Craig Hall. It's 10 metres in from the near touchline. If you could picture Ross on the 20, that's where he's kicking it from. Oh dear. Less said about that one the better. 3 from 6.
London Broncos 12, Featherstone Rovers 30. Try scored for Featherstone Rovers by number 5, Gareth Gale.
So 30 points to 12. Still the officials getting some pelters from this main stand. I think as well from some of the London staff who probably should know better. And it'll be London preparing to restart with the lime green kicking tee in place on halfway. Brian McDermott again standing on the touchline like a touch judge far side in his sky blue and navy sleeved Featherstone Rovers polo and the baseball cap. Can Rovers keep this momentum going that they have built second half? Hello to Simon Goy listening in while at work up the Rovers. Thanks for your message, Simon. Rovers have got themselves in a good position here. Oh dear, commentator's curse. Brett Ferris knocks on the Rovers 20 and they're going to have some defending to do. That was an unforced error. And London get an opportunity. Still down to 12 men. I think they'll be back to a full complement in a couple of minutes. Their winger, Paul Ulberg, is the man in the sim min at the moment with a professional foul. He was just lying on to prevent a try that then came anyway. So pretty pointless sim minning, as often is the case on a quick breakaway. But here come London with a rare opportunity to attack the line. It's with their stand-up Ollie Leyland, who's been a bright spark. Sam Davis says to Wellington Albert, have a little run. But Albert promotes the ball and slots back into the forward line. Davis again to Parata. He's got the big men lining up on his shoulder. Rovers stand firm, but London are 10 metres away, left of the post here. Parata again, the former Featherstone Rover. He's the danger man with the dancing feet. Leyland is wrapped up well by Riley Jackson. Then the cavalry arrives in the form of John Davis, and the tackle is complete. And Leyland is pushed back onto the 15. They're right in front of the sticks though with Parata. Rovers have defended well this set. Last tackle, says the referee. Hand in the air, they're 10 away, just to the left of the sticks. It's with the hooker Sam Davis. He's going to run it left hand side. Parata's got the ball, he just dabs one through. Is that played up by Rovers? It's picked up and London are going to score here. Took a ricochet. Can't see who scored it in the melee far side. I know it was Parata's kick. It could have been anyone's. It just popped up and it was taken by London. And they got 4 back here. It's Rovers 30, London 16 with a kick to come. This game is still in the balance. With what, 16, 17 to go on my watch? Perhaps a shade more. Shade being a word I've not had to say much today. It's been very, very hot. But London are making a game of this. And they've scored over in the left corner. I'll confirm the try scorer just as soon as I find out who it was over in the melee. I can tell you Gadwin Springer wants back on. Ullberg is ready to re-emerge from the sin bin, or as my mum calls it when she watches rugby league, the naughty step. And I think it's James Lockwood who's going to be the man to make way. He's trudging off, the captain. Interchange number 6 this afternoon for Rovers. Lockwood brings an end to his stint. That might be him done for the day. Gadwin Springer's going to come back on. He's got a knee brace on his right knee, the big man, Gadwin Springer. Moving all right, though. Here comes the kick. Leyland, 10 metres in, far side, 20 metres out. Great kick. Keeping it alive. London 18.
Broncos 18.
Rovers 30.
Rovers 30. Try scored for London by number 28, Dalton Grant.
And it was Dalton Grant
Ollie Leyland.
who scored the try. London haven't missed 3 from 3, which is why they're within 2, despite being outscored 6 tries to 3. So Rovers will kick off. Quarter of an hour to go on my watch. And here are London, their own 10-metre line. Got very confused the other day. I don't have one of those watches where you can, the Apple watches where you can take phone calls from. Offside, given away against Rovers. That'll help London. But I just got a new phone and I was playing football and I got a phone call through my watch, which doesn't have the capacity to take phone calls. I have no idea what happened. I've still not worked it out. Very confusing for a small brain like mine. London have kicked into touch around about 40. A couple of London fans make their way past me with hot dogs and burgers and chips, smelling and looking very nice. It's made me quite hungry. Hope we stop for food on the way back. Not sure I'll make it. London are only 2 converted tries behind here and they're attacking again. Keep your messages coming, by the way. Rovers TV. The boys need your support, I think, right now. Parata. They've looked dangerous attacking the line. That's been the key thing Brian McDermott wants to see improvement in. It's the defensive effort from Rovers. Parata has been a thorn in their side, the former Rover. As is this man, Leyland, and Walker dabbing it through. Can he get there, the winger? No, it's just too deep. Straight back on Paul Ullberg, almost scoring a try with his first touch, but he didn't get the kindness of the bounce. At Georgie Boy, if you want to look me up on Twitter. That's EY. Don't blame me for the stupid name. It was a nickname from university that has kind of carried with me through life, which I'm trying to shake. You know how these things go, though. Good, strong carry from Gale. Connor Jones. Hello to the Jones family who are over from Australia. This is their 3rd match they've taken in on their trip over to the UK. A couple of them at home, and they've come and made the long trip down to watch this one. He's got some friends, I think, London-based friends, Connor was telling me, who are here as well. So hello to you. Leilua fending 2-3 off. I think Junior Moores is going to be reintroduced for the last 12, 13 minutes on this near touchline. Can Featherstone find another score just to settle a few jitters? Davis with his first carry. It's Jesse Senna-Lefay who comes off. Another great stint from Jesse today. And Junior Moores will complete the game and Jesse can sit down with a job well done. Last tackle. Rovers attacking 20 away. What will Jacks do? He's going to kick high and ask Craig Hall to challenge, but it's an easy take. Paul Ullberg couldn't quite get there quick enough, Craig Hall, or his winger Gareth Gale down this left side. But at least the turnover was well inside the 10. A reminder to our members on Rovers TV, we'll have all the post-match reaction you need. I'll go down and speak to Brian McDermott, and we'll get that out for you as quick as we can. Be interesting. It's always interesting to try and predict what he's going to make of this. And we'll get on the pitch and try and speak to some of the players on the hooter as well, if we can, if we've got time, and bring you that reaction as well. So tell your mates to get signed up and subscribed to Rovers TV. It's a kick on the last into Riley Jacks's back. He can't have played at that. Must still be the last. He turned his back. It is. So Walker just swings a right boot, and Briscoe was lucky. It went right down his throat, and the winger will drive it up towards halfway. So a good starting position for Featherstone this time. Approaching the last 10 minutes or so of the game. Broadbent, Rovers fullback today. Can Rovers find another? Gadwin Springer with a big carry, right side of the post. They're 20 metres away from the London line. There'll be some tired bodies out there in this heat. Leilua is one of them, but he's looking fresh. He's Big Joey, and he's still going. Can he get over? What a try this will be. Oh, Joey Leilua. That is brute force from the big man. Second of the game. And that's textbook. That is trademark Joey Leilua. And that should seal it for Featherstone Rovers. What a finish. Just had a look and said, come with me if you can. I can tell you they couldn't. Joey Leilua's second try. And Rovers' lead is 34 points to 18. And that should be the ball game for Featherstone Rovers. 2 tries Joey Leilua, 2 tries Gareth Gale, Briscoe, Jesse Senna-Lefeo and Sam Essay with the first career try. The men on the mark for Featherstone Rovers this afternoon. Brian McDermott's thoughts to follow. If you follow our social media channels, we'll get a bit of it out there, but you'll have the full interview and the player reaction on Rovers TV. I think London's race is run, and Featherstone doing their bit in the title race. Here's Hall, 22 metres out, again far touchline. He's kicked this one, good kick. 4 from 7.
Rovers 36 tries.
It's a 36-18 lead.
And converted by number 4, Craig Hall.
Go on, London!
The 11 tries this season for Joey Leilua. Short kick off London. And a knock on. And that will be London ball. Rovers have knocked on the short restart. So Rovers will get another chance here. So 11 tries, Joey Leilua. He's looked bright today. Did wonder whether he might struggle in this heat. But he quitted himself well. Here come London, Walker. Can he get through? Little offload. Ulberg is wrapped up by Gadwin Springer. Leyland. Oh, great evasive feet. But he's caught in his tracks. 12 metres out. They're in front of the post, London here. Dean Parata, the former Featherstone man, gives it again to the fullback, Alex Walker. Rovers defence slides across nicely on the London left edge. Parata again. Just pops it up to the big man, Wellington Albert. And still London come. Parata running a nice line. Promoted by Leyland, but good scrambling defence. It's the last tackle. Walker, will he go on his own? Grubber kick through into the in-goal area. Hacked behind. It's gone anywhere. Has he been touched down? What's the referee going to say? He's going to say drop out. The danger was just about diffused by Featherstone Rovers with 7 or 8 minutes to go. So Craig Hall looking to get some distance on the dropout, and he has done that. He's up to the 40, taken well. by Ilias Makani. But good defensive effort from Wildy and Jones, the two hookers on the field together here. And both marking at the moment too. That's the first two tackles complete in the blink of an eye. Albert. Oh, he just wanted to get the offload away, but his ball carrying arm hits the ground, so he holds on. 3 tackles gone, Parata 30 away, left side. Again, Rovers defending. 2 to go this set. 36-18 the Rovers lead with Parata. And then Wellington Albert, the big man with a break. Offloads on the floor. That's what he tried to do last time, and that's why he shouldn't have done it, because he's done it this time and given a penalty away. He was on the deck, he was tackled. He was tempted to do it the first time, did it the second time, and gave away the penalty he feared giving away a couple of minutes ago. And there is a stoppage. Is it Matty Wildy who's down? He's receiving treatment. I think the message from the physio is that he's all right. I think that might be one of those where a few players out there just wanted a breather. So Matty Wildy stayed down, called for the physio, he's fine. Penalty hoofed onto the roof of the stadium by Craig Hall. Tell you what, Luke Cooper's covered a few metres today as water boy. He's on and off again as we approach 5 minutes or so to go on my watch. Another strong carry from Gadwin Springer, and then Junior Moores. Connor Jones, the dummy half. Featherstone already 20 away here. Morgan Smith. Ferris. Is there a hat-trick for Leilua or Gale? Briscoe. And then Junior Moores. Little skip into the tackle and then takes it. 10 away. Right in front of the posts in the sunshine of Featherstone Rovers. Wildy left side. Then joining in is Riley Jacks. Lovely dummy Riley Jacks. He'll get there. Wonderful try from the scrum half. Hit the line perfectly. Great angle. Great dummy. And it's another 4-pointer for Riley Jacks. And Rovers are going to take the 2 championship point back to Post Office Road tonight. Good link-up play. And it's 40-18 with a kick to come. Eighth try of the afternoon for Featherstone. And Riley Jacks going along very nicely this season. As Craig Hall again lines up the kick 10 metres in on that little square that I told you to picture 20 metres from the line. That's where this kick is. I'm not going to predict this one because his last one from here was awful. Here he comes, Craig Hall. Wasn't going to miss that one, was he? Another 2.
London Broncos 18, Featherstone Rovers 42.
And it's a 42-18 lead. 17 tries in 18 games. Great season Riley Jacks is having. That's why he's attracting a lot of headlines, a lot of attention, a lot of interest in Riley Jacks, who's been excellent this season in a Rovers shirt. Real mainstay of this Featherstone Rovers side. London goes short again. Jack Broadman get absolutely nowhere near that. And give him the benefit of the doubt and say he must have lost that in the sun. Because he did a kind of operatic pirouette and didn't make any contact with the ball. So it's going to be London ball as we approach the last few minutes. Post-match reaction to follow. Hello to our regular friend John Denton. Great commentary, George. Thanks for keeping distant fans like me in touch with Featherstone Rovers. I'm listening in from Northants while barbecuing ribs. Oh, he always sends a picture of what he's barbecuing as well. John, I told you I was hungry. Little grubber kick through from London far side. This could be a try. It's a brilliant pick-up. And as we're talking about barbecue ribs, have London scored in the corner? I think he's held up, and if he is, that's a terrific defensive effort. It's not been awarded. What's the referee decision? Well, Rovers got over there. Is he saying penalty? He's saying held up, but Rovers are offside. Oh, now he's going to his back pocket. Someone's coming for 10 here. I think Briscoe must have said something out of turn. So everything happened while I was talking about John's barbecued ribs. We had almost a penalty, almost a try. We did have a penalty, and now we've had a sin binning. But your ribs look nice anyway, John. London fans are calling for a penalty try. I think he was definitely held up. I think the penalty must have been separate to that, surely. It must have been held up but offside or something, I don't know. Anyway, Briscoe's off. His day's done. That's the second sin binning of the match. Paul Ulberg, the London winger. And now Luke Briscoe, who's having a 10-minute breather. Briscoe's come off. I just took the headphones off to see if I could listen to the conversation. He said, I don't know. So he doesn't know why he's been sin binned. I can guarantee he probably does. Here are London attacking with a full set of 6 in front of the post. Dean Parata. Final throws of this game. Lovely delayed ball walker. London will score left corner. And that's the gap that Luke Briscoe has vacated, I'm afraid. Straight for the penalty. He's off the pitch and London go in down their left edge. And it's another try back, and that will not please the Rovers head coach, Brian McDermott. That was far too easy. And it's Rovers 42, London 22 in the corner. Dale's been back in touch, feeling for the lads in this weather, especially down there. Come on, the Rovers. Well, I think they've got the job done, Dale. It's been hard work today. There's been some big performances out there. There have been, I think, a few things defensively that the head coach, Brian McDermott, won't be pleased with when I speak to him in a few minutes' time. Here come London. Kick from the touchline. Looks like he's given that a really good kick, but he's set it out too far wide, so he's missed his first one. 42-22
The Broncos 22, Featherstone
is the Rovers lead.
Tried to score for London by number 28, Dalton Grant.
And there can't be long to go. What have we got? 90 seconds? I've only just realised with 90 seconds to go that there is actually a scoreboard. It's kind of behind me to the right. I didn't even notice it was there. It's not great if you're in this stand, is it? Blimey. So yeah, the official scoreboard says 38-30, so 90 seconds to go. 42-22. I think Rovers will just take this now, have a shower, grab a pizza, get on the coach. Is Captain Lockwood going to come back on for the final 90 seconds, or is he just waiting for the hooter? He's ready on the touchline. I can't imagine they'll make a change now. Clock ticking down to the last minute. 42-22, the Rovers lead. Thanks for all your comments today. Enjoyed sharing this one with you on Rovers TV. A little grubber kick through from the winger. Well, Ulberg hacked it on. This could be a break down the middle for London. It's hacked on 3 times. Morgan Smith looks like he's going to win the chow. He's done brilliantly there, the half-back. And London, actually, their second chaser was offside. Oh, dissent in that decision. Well, if he's being fair to both sides, that should be a yellow card for London. Because Sam Davies has he's still giving the referee an earful. Well, he's going to be off if he's not careful. Referee not interested. Clock's ticking down anyway. What have we got? 20 seconds. This will be it. Craig Hall and Hoof into touch, and we'll all get back on the coach here. Hope you've enjoyed our coverage. Rovers have won this one 42-22. 10 seconds to go. So Leilua will tap. He scored 2 tries to go today. I would normally ask my co-commentator for the Rovers man of the match, but no one's bothered to come and commentate with me today. So I can't do that. And it wouldn't be right to give my own. There's the hooter. Rovers have got the job done. It was a really tough day at the office in red-hot conditions. Some big performances out there. I thought Sam Esse was excellent in his stint off the bench. I thought the 2 hookers, I thought the wide men all did well. A few defensive bits of work to do, I think, next week that Brian McDermott will talk through in the review. But for now, let's enjoy the victory. They've won it by 20 here, Featherstone Rovers, against a dangerous London Broncos side who pulled off a great comeback in their second half here last week. It hasn't happened 2 weeks in a row. Rovers have got the job done, and they take the 2 points. Thanks for your coverage. Thanks for getting in touch. It's been brilliant to share this one with you. And we'll see you next time with a full-time score. Featherstone Rovers 42, London 22. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.
First ever rugby league try, professional try for Sam Essay. How was that out there?
It's good, it's very warm, but yeah, really enjoyable.
What pleased you most about the performance today?
Just sticking in it. Like sometimes we'd be ahead, and then even though the scoreboard showed that we were leading, you could see we were getting rolled a bit, but we were still stuck in it to the end.
You look like you enjoyed it today. You were frustrated on the bench last week. You were biting into the tackles when you came on today.
Yeah, it's just good to get out there and get some game time. Really
and a word on the fans, some of which travelled all the way down here. They were great, weren't they?
Big appreciation to them. It's a long drive, really long drive to come down to support, and we really appreciate it as a team.
Well done. We'll let you get a cold shower. Cheers, Sammy.
Cheers, thank you. Cheers.
Yeah, it was a very tough day in these conditions for the big men. Gadwin Springer, how was that? How hard was that for you today?
That was a pretty tough game, especially the weather as well. So we done it with the team, and it's good to get the win.
What was it that pleased you most about today's performance?
We kept defending, turning up for each other, and the boys just turned up. It was a tough game against London, and we kept coming and lost, and we kept defending, and doing well.
And you look like you're enjoying your time back here now.
Yeah, I'm enjoying my time. Yeah, definitely. Seeing a few faces, familiar faces from last year, so yeah, it's nice. Yeah.
And what's it all about now? Getting a little run of results together at the right time in the season?
Yeah, also we just have to keep building and try and get those wins and be ready for the end of the year and see what happens here.
Thank you, mate. We'll let you get in there.
Thank you.
For that today.
All things considered, good effort. Not a game that doesn't need analysing. We've got to look at that defensively. I think we had about 3 patches where we're really soft defensively for a really short period of time, and it conceded tries. That's been the case for a number of weeks, and we're on with that. And that's still on the table of things that needs to be addressed. Without trying to go too deep into it and give too much away, but when some people in the team toughen up, when things don't go your way, we won't concede. And we won't get caught out of position. We won't get caught walking when we should be running. But I can't click my fingers and make that happen overnight. So that's a little bit more of that about what they're doing as much as what I'm doing with the team. So that said, 4.5 hours on a bus, 32 degrees heat, and win, I would say comfortably in the end. I can't be too critical.
Discipline-wise, I don't think you conceded a penalty until the second half. Was that?
No, I think that's the referee got it wrong. Truly, we should have been penalised probably about twice. There was a high shot, and there was something we were doing on the deck which clearly held him down. Credit to London, you've got to go into battle, and you've got to get as many weapons as you can to go beat people, right? So London thought one of those weapons will be to hold our team down and make it really scrappy. There was no tempo to the ruck, no offensive tempo to the ruck at all. The ball was bobbling all over the place. The referee either gives a penalty or he gives a knock on 3 or 4 occasions in the first half, but he didn't. And then I think his mentors at half time says, look, you can't just keep letting this go, and he starts to penalise people in the second half. So I'd like to claim discipline on that, but it wasn't.
You didn't want to make much of the conditions before the game because it's the same for both people, but it's hard for big men when it's this hot. Sam Essay, who you didn't use last week, came off the bench and looked really hungry today, I thought.
Yeah, there was a couple. I think Sam Essay, Gadwin Springer, James Lockwood, when we just rolled him around and brought him off the bench. I thought it was awesome for us. We had a good stint from the outside backs, but you're going to work hard in rugby league, and it's a bit of a cliche message, but it's true. You're going to work hard in rugby league, and we on occasions today didn't want to work hard until we had to. And then what you found is that we were too close to our try line to then make that decision. So the message is get ready to work hard. Do you know what? I think the best defensive or the most attitudinal version of defence I think we had is when they scored their final try and they were kicked off for the final couple of minutes and we started knocking them about and bashing them. Other than that, Wellington Abbott's getting offloads for fun, and the dummy half's getting out there and the half-backs pulling out the players and finding space. I don't want to be too critical, you know, and maybe the heat was to do with that, but we've had some fragility to our defence for a number of weeks now, and that's something I'm on with.